Just in this last year of school, I was sitting in one of my scheduled classes, preparing to give a short, easy speech when I overheard a very concerning conversation between the other students. One of the boys at the table was expressing how public speaking was extremely easy and how he believed others were overreacting in his speech class about having extreme fears of reciting their speeches. He told of a girl that started crying during her speech, and it was apparent that he believed this was ridiculous and that she didn't have a valid reason to be so emotional. This is a common example of how the fear of public speaking can be seen as overrated or not real, which is a very big problem. It is very important that people know all of the facts before they assume, and I encourage you to listen. The fear of public speaking is also known as glossophobia, and it affects as 4 out of 10 Americans. Because of this high number and the fact that most people experience it, many people believe they already know most everything about it. However, it is important to take into consideration that there are varying degrees of which causes some people to believe false information because their different experience causes different opinions. I believe if people can understand the causes and actual effects of glossophobia, there would be more open-minded and understanding to people with this phobia, which would fix the problem. There are many false beliefs surrounding the fear of public speaking that are incorrect, and it is important for people to know that public speaking can cause emotional and physical symptoms. It cannot be overcame easily, and this fear can cause real-life effects. Firstly, it is very important to know that this fear can cause many emotional and physical symptoms. This is because glossophobia can cause a certain fight or flight response to activate, which is your body's way of defending you against perceived threats. According to Healthline.com, when threatened, your brain prompts the release of adrenaline and steroids. This causes your blood sugar levels or energy levels to increase, and your blood pressure and heart rate rise, sending more blood to your muscles. This shows us that our subconscious initiates the symptoms that we see, which means that this fear is for the most part out of the person's control. Also, according to Healthline, the result of fight or flight responses are symptoms such as rapid, rapid heartbeat, trembling, sweating, nausea, vomiting, shortness of breath, hyperventilating, dizziness, muscle tension, and the urge to get away. These are just some of the physical symptoms that may arise in people experiencing glossophobia. Also, according to Healthline.com, for those affected, speaking in front of a group can trigger feelings of discomfort and anxiety. This tells us that the people who have glossophobia do in fact experience problematic emotional symptoms as well. To sum it up, it is important that people know about the real effects glossophobia can cause because these fears are real and impactful to many people. It is also important to know that even though these symptoms are known and researched, it is not an easy to overcome as one might think. Many people have problems solving or managing their fear of public speaking or glossophobia. Also, although it is a very serious anxiety disorder, there is hope to be free of it. According to the Social Anxiety Association, social anxiety is a fully treatable condition that can overcome with effective therapy, work, and patience. Thankfully, this means that the chances of someone being stuck with these problems forever is very low. However, there are downsides. According to Health Guide, although you may easily see that this is an irrational fear, identifying your own irrational, scary thoughts can be difficult. This tells us that although therapy is effective, it's not always easy. Going face to face with your fears never is. But on the plus side, looking at an article from Best Life, there's a new study that says 72% of people with glossophobia will recover. These odds are promising and show us that those with glossophobia have a very good chance at a full recovery. To conclude, it is very important people are aware that glossophobia is a difficult fear to overcome, but with therapy, most have a very good chance of recovery. Something that should also be highlighted is the real life effects that this phobia can cause. Glossophobia is a life-impacting problem. Although it can be treated, it usually takes time, which can allow for changes and problems in day-to-day life. According to Visual Speech, if left untreated, this can lead to loneliness, poor self-esteem, depression, and isolation. And it is not hard to decipher that these results will definitely have negative effects on your life. According to the NHS, if a phobia becomes very severe, a person may organize their life around avoiding the thing that's causing them anxiety. Could you imagine being so fearful of something that it becomes your main focus in life? It could also lead to depressive behaviors and distress, including many problems with mental health. Also, an article on Healthline states another common symptom is the urge to get away from situations that initiate fear. This leads to developing unhealthy behaviors in life that involve running away from your problems. So, to sum it up, glossophobia causes many life impacting problems that can diminish people's quality of life. In conclusion, glossophobia can cause many mental and physical problems. It is not an easy thing to overcome, and this phobia can cause life-affecting problems that can severely impact one's quality of life. I hope that many people become more educated on glossophobia, the fear of public speaking, or even more convinced of the seriousness and realness of this fear and are no longer likely to judge or critique anyone with this phobia.